Eren is an extremely interesting anime protagonist, in my humble opinion. When you compare him to Naruto, Goku, Luffy, and a lot of others from anime, you'll see similarities, but there are more discrepancies than similarities. Eren has a goal, a huge goal: wipe out all Titans. That's the foundation of many shonen's main characters. Goku wants to get stronger and stronger so he can fight even the toughest opponents. Luffy wants to be the Pirate King. Gon wants to find his dad, things like that. But when it comes down to it, Eren doesn't mesh at all with these other guys. Sure, Eren will charge into a situation at any given time to fight for what he believes in, but the huge difference is his failure. And before you call me out and say, hey man, those other guys failed too, I want to argue my case. Let's say Midoriya from My Hero. He's a cool protagonist. The issue with him is the fact that when he fails, it doesn't really matter. He'll break a bone, not be strong enough against Bakugo once or twice, but the big fights, he always wins. It's hard for writers to see their protagonists fail, so few will make that leap. Eren, in a nutshell, was a pretty big failure through seasons 1 and 2, and for a bit of 3 as well. He went scouting with Levi through the forest, an extremely important mission, and chose to let his comrades die for the sake of the mission. He realized that decision was a failure. He decides to transform and fight the female Titan. The fight was far from close. He grazed her probably 3 times, and his cool main character moment consisted of a punch that she blocked with both arms, and his follow-up was being decapitated. I always thought this fight was funny. Eren missed so many punches, it was almost comedic how terrible he was. But the good news is his inner protagonist, which is definitely there, showed constantly in the form of an undying drive or rage. But my main point is that he lost. It took him until early season 2 to actually kill a Titan with his gear. I just admire that Eren isn't a Mikasa or Levi, easily cleaning house. He's a lot more rounded, and the only skill he really possessed early on was his personality, his drive. The fight versus the female Titan is not the only instance he loses in either. I mean, unlike episode 5, he goes crazy and loses his leg. On top of that, he actually gets eaten. Luckily, the plot of Attack on Titan saved him. Eren did start seeing some success in season 1 though. We have things like the boulder and the female Titan rematch. So he's not a total klutz. But season 2 off the bat saw failure for Eren. He was captured, and only saved by the small sliver of a chance that he touched the smiling Titan, therefore activating his controlling powers. But this whole Eren fails a lot thing isn't the only reason I really like Eren as Attack on Titan's protagonist. We have things like this. When this surfaced, we got to chalk down another reason Eren's an atypical protagonist. The way Eren operates is simple. Well, it's not simple, but I can make it sound simple. In the beginning of Attack on Titan, he had tunnel vision. Now, what I mean by tunnel vision is his way of doing things disregarded everyone and everything else besides him and what he was tunneling on. As Attack on Titan progressed, we saw him improve this vengeful, blind drive to do what he wanted and involve no one else. He became a bit more cooperative. But as you're probably thinking, that definitely didn't last long. Eren talked to people behind everyone else's back, went off to Marley without telling anyone, and so on and so forth. And wrapping back around to when he punched the Warhammer Titan mid-transformation, he also ruthlessly destroyed civilians and enemies alike, which again is not what protagonists do. Can you picture Deku having a goal and murdering innocents to achieve it? No. What about Goku? Well, also no. Goku would be more willing to, but wouldn't. Naruto? You probably get my point. Eren will crush almost anything that moves to get where he wants to go. This is a new characteristic of him, sort of. We saw a glimpse of this in season 1 where he fought the female Titan in the walls. He destroyed homes full of people, churches full of people, just because he tunneled on the fact that the female Titan was right in front of him and he needed to wipe her out. So when you think about it, Season 4 Eren really is the same Eren we've had this whole time, but just a lot more hopeless. He has that same anger, but it's a lot different. So besides his complete disregard for the innocent and his failures, isn't he just a normal protagonist? I could say yes, and I could say no, but my answer's got a bit of both in it. Eren's character growth is huge. It's not as big as some other protagonists, but it's definitely larger than a lot as well. Naruto, besides his power level, really doesn't grow until like 400 episodes in. You could say he became more strategic and even a bit cooler headed, but there's people that would argue against that. Some of Eren's fundamentals also changed. That's unheard of for an anime protagonist. It really doesn't matter how many years pass, Deku will always have his inner need to save people. It's basically what makes him Deku. Eren, as the series has progressed, has been throwing some of those fundamentals out the window. Like I said earlier, Eren's the same angry guy he's always been, but it's extremely different. And from the surface, he seems so calm in Season 4 compared to what we've seen before. His fundamental drive, aka killing all Titans, is completely out the window at that point. And if Eren doesn't want to kill Titans, then who is he? Where's the Eren we know and love from Seasons 1 through 3? This doesn't happen in anime. Maybe your character will get older and kinda mellow out, but only Eren changes his fundamental purpose to live. And that's why Eren is an atypical protagonist.